My name is Dennis Hong. I'm a professor at UCLA, the director of ROMELA, the Robotics and Mechanisms Laboratory. In our laboratory, we developed many different types of robots. In 2007, we were one of the first to develop an autonomous car. We won the third place in the DARPA Urban Challenge. Chemically actuated robots, snake robots that can climb, robot hands, very low-cost prosthetic robot hands that use compressed air, wheel-leg hybrid robots, and all different types of shapes and size robots. However, today, I would like to talk about humanoid robots. Again, humanoid robots are robots that look like human. 2 legs, 2 arms, torso, and a head. If you look at Hollywood movies, many times robots are depicted in the humanoid form, including the scary Terminator. But making robots walk with 2 feet and act like a human is very difficult. So why do we need humanoid robots? What's the need for these? Now, the very famous architect Louis Sullivan once said, form follows function, which means that the shape of an object is dictated by what it's used for. So instead of asking why we need humanoid robots, let's think about what kind of tasks require the human form. Now, these are some 2 very popular robots. This robot is called a Pixis Helpmate. It's actually used in hospitals. You might have seen these robots actually used in a hospital. Now, this robot, goes down the aisle, gets on the elevator, delivers medicine and food to the patients. But does this robot look like a janitor? Oh, sorry, nurse. It does not. Or the very popular, these type of robotic vacuum cleaner, it does not look like a janitor. It looks like a big hockey puck because this robotic vacuum cleaner needs to go under tables and vacuum and do obstacle avoidance. So the optimal shape is like a big disc, and that's why it looks like this. So I can spend hours talking about why we need humanoid robots, but let me talk about just 2 things. Now, one reason why you do R&D in humanoid robots is to understand us humans better. Like, for example, we always walk with 2 feet, but still, scientifically, we still do not understand exactly how we humans walk with 2 feet. So in the process of developing robots that can walk with 2 feet, we can understand us humans better and utilize that knowledge in developing better prosthetic legs, for example. Another good reason is, so I have a dream. I would like to have, in the future, I like to have a robot butler, like Rosie the robot in the cartoon, a robot that does the dishes, take out the trash, and clean up the room. Now, for these robots to live with us in this environment for humans that developed by humans, I claim that the robot needs to be human shape and size. Now, this environment, for example, these stairs, the reason why it's this size is because humans to walk up and down. The elevator or the door handle, the reason why it's this high is for humans. So unless the robot is a human shape and size, it won't be able to navigate this environment or use the tools developed by humans. So that's why we need humanoid robots. Now, let me show you some of the robots that we developed at our lab, ROMELA. So this robot is called Charlie, Cognitive Humanoid Autonomous Robot with Learning Intelligence. Now, this robot is a fully autonomous humanoid robot. So it walks with 2 legs, it's fully omnidirectional, walks about 40 centimeters per second. It has a camera, looks around the environment, and in a structured environment, if you give it a command, it knows how to carry this task autonomously. Also, this is very lightweight, so it's very safe. Whenever you do robotic experiments, always these kind of things happen, but we can't do this. We just jump and can grab it because it's very lightweight. It's very practical. So this robot is considered the United States' very first full-size humanoid robot in the United States. Now, one project I want to really talk about is called the DARPA Robotics Challenge. I'm sure a lot of you have seen this. It's been on the news. 4 years ago in Japan, in Fukushima, there was a really very sad tragedy. Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant accident. A lot of people died, and even now, it's a very, very big problem. Now, many people think, oh, robotics, Japan is #1. True, but interestingly, none of these robots in Japan was able to be used in the really Fukushima disaster site. So again, if there's a problem, we need to send in people to fix things, but because of radiation, people kind of go. So that's why we want to use robots. Now, DARPA is the United States Department of Defense research wing, and this is a really important problem. They spend a lot of money in R&D and robotics, but if we can't really use these robots for truly important saving people's lives, saving humanity without exaggeration, then what kind of meaning would it be? So they opened the world's largest the grandest robotics competition called the DARPA Robotics Challenge. So this is a competition where each team needs to develop a robotic system, and each robotic system team needs to do 8 things. So task #1, the robot needs to get into a car and drive the car and get out of the car. We don't have that technology, but that's task 1 among the 8. Task #2, 100-meter rough terrain with rocks and everything. It needs to walk without falling. We don't have that technology, but that's the second task among the 8. Third task, you go in from the mock disaster site and needs to clear the debris, and then open the door, go through the door, climb a ladder to go to the second floor, and there's a brick wall, use a power tool, blah, 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 punch a hole out of one, go through the wall. So it's like Iron Man. And then there's a fire hose you need to drag and connect to the other wall, and then open and close valves and exit. That is the competition rule. And when they announced it, everybody thought this was crazy. But if you went to these international robotics conferences, every roboticist were so excited about this because what we want to do here is truly develop technology that one day will be able to save even one person's life in the future, then everything's worth it. So everybody really wanted to be on the team. It was a very, very competitive process. So our team was selected as one of the Track 7, Track 8 teams. Our team name is Team 4, Tactical Hazardous Operations Robot. It was together with University of Pennsylvania and Harris Corporation and Robotics Corporation from Korea. So this robot actually is the same thing as, almost the same thing as Sapphire. It's a 1.78 meters tall. It's actually the same height as me because I didn't want it to be taller than me, then I have to look up. But 6 to 8 kilograms, much lighter. I need a diet. But it uses those series elastic actuators as a fantastic technological marvel. So these are some videos that I haven't shown before. So you're one of the very first to see this. If you're into robotics, you haven't seen anything like this. The structure is very different. It uses parallel configuration. This is a robot that needs to do everything a human needs to do. So all the range of motion is exactly the same as a person. And if a non-roboticist sees that, they will say, what's that? But if a roboticist sees that, they go like, wow, this is a new technology. That series elastic actuator, we can tune different things. We say impedance 0, then it just moves without friction. And it's compliant, it's soft. So when you push it, it knows to reject these kind of things. And this technology is very important for these robots to be used in unstructured environments. And we have a special guest here that you might want to meet. Now, again, there's really other cool things I want to show, so I cut all the slides. But one of the very first human robot we built was a small robot called Darwin. Darwin stands for Dynamic Anthropomorphic Robot with Intelligence. It's a fully open source robot. And actually, Darwin is here to say hi to you guys. Are you big Darwin? All right, this cute guy, thank you. This cute guy is Darwin. It's a general open source robot for research and education. And this is also the world champions in robot soccer, the RoboCup. Can you kick the ball, Darwin? All right. All right. So nobody's controlling anything. This is a rather simple demonstration, but just want to show you that nothing is canned, everything is, he's looking with his eyes and try to do that. If he falls down, he's smart enough to get up. He's very cute, but sorry. Oops. Again, more than thousands of units are being used worldwide. This is Darwin OP. All right. There's another special guest that wants to see you. Thank you, Josh. You want to see Thor? All right. Thor is here to say hi to you guys. Okay, just a second. And robots are troublemakers, technical difficulty. Need time? All right, and this is Thor RD. He's jet lagged. We just arrived last night from the States. Thor, do you want to introduce yourself?
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to AIC. My name is Thor, RD, Tactical Hazardous Operations Robot, Rapid Deployment. June 2015, I participated in the DARPA Robotics Challenge in Pomona, California. And then in July, I went to China to play in RoboCup 2015. Now, I am a 5-time world champion in RoboCup.
He's a show-off.
3-time cup winner.
Yay.